Between Brazil and Argentina, Uruguay is the second smallest country in South America and is only a quarter of the size of France. But it punches above its weight, one of the most ecologically progressive countries in the world. The perfect place for all-electric street racing.
On the wild Atlantic coast, on the unforgiving streets of the beach resort at Punta del Este, for the third time in the sport's history, Formula E sends shockwaves across the Uruguayan shoreline.
In a competition that is still wide open as we hurtle towards the midpoint of the season.
Is a sea change coming in Uruguay?
Hi, I'm Panasonic Jaguar Racing driver Mitch Evans, and we're here in the Uruguayan paradise of Punta del Este. And I'm your guest host for this episode of Street Races. Soon, me and 19 other drivers are going to be racing around this beachside circuit for round 6 on the ABB Formula E calendar. Let's see what else is coming up.
Also in the show, we'll be heading over to Geneva for the launch of the FE Gen 2 car.
I think it's really incredible. A good step for Formula E, step into the future. It looks so different and futuristic.
Hitting the go-kart track with DS Virgin Racing.
We'll be taking a surf lesson with our hosts Mitch Evans and Nelson PK Jr.
Looks easier than it is when you're out there.
And going behind the scenes in the Panasonic Jaguar Racing Garage for Race 6 here in Punta del Este.
But first, let's get up to speed on the track with our host, Mitch Evans. The high-speed 2.8-kilometer circuit features 20 turns, some of which are fast and challenging chicanes that have taken many a victim in previous FE seasons. The track also sits just a stone's throw away from the beach, making it one of the most picturesque race circuits on the calendar. Let's head to turn 1 to see how our host plans to tackle the first chicane.
This is my first time to Punta, so I'm seeing this track for the first time. So turn 1 here, it looks very tricky. The braking zone narrows in a lot, and then you come into a blind chicane. Once you go through the first part, you'll be riding the curbs, both at 1 and 2, so curb riding is going to be essential. And then you've got a very important exit to get a nice run down to the next chicane. So follow me, we'll go and see what it looks like.
After negotiating the fast and flowing turns of 3 and 4, it's heavy on the brakes for another chicane.
So after the exit of the first chicane, we've got a lot of sweepers coming up to 5 and 6 here. It's going to be very fast, especially in qualifying mode and 200 kilowatts. So the entry of this corner is going to be a bit hairy for us, so the chicane's very quick. Again, curb riding is going to be really important. So exit turn 6 and then head towards the most northern part of the circuit, which is turn 8 and 9, and then we come back towards to finish off sector 2. So follow me.
Turn 8 is very wide and one of the big overtaking spots. It's all about how much speed you can carry into the apex. That flows straight into turn 9, then into the chicane of turns 10 and 11.
So we just come from one of the slowest parts of the circuit. It's a double apex hairpin, turn 8 and 9, and we're going to come back towards halfway through the middle sector. This has been a victim of a lot of accidents over the last, season 1, season 2. Very fast entry. And then, if you do make an error, you've got the sausage there to upset the car, but also the outside wall is just ready waiting for you to say hello to. So, very slippery surface as well. It's a bit of a surface change halfway through, and seems to be a lot of sand and dust around. So, a tricky part of the circuit.
Turn 12 is all about car position for turn 13, which is a flat-out, brilliant high-speed corner that the drivers drift through.
Yeah, another chicane, but we're coming off the back of 13, which is a very fast right-hander, a sweeper, and then a tricky braking zone. But the curbs are quite flat, and it's relatively open, but it's going to be super quick. I know cars have crashed here in the past, so if you do make an error, there's literally no room for it, so the walls are pretty close. So another important exit as well. So most of the chicanes here are pretty tricky, and this one's probably one of the worst.
If you get that corner right, you go through the kink of 16 and into the second big overtaking spot, the chicane of 17 and 18. We exit turn 18 and you're straight into 19 while turning and braking for the last corner, turn 20. Getting on the throttle early and getting good traction is key, as it's a long run down to the finish line.
Pretty cool track, right? Beach party afterwards, maybe? Anyway, let's jump across the ocean to check out a new whip.
When the 5th season of Formula E starts later this year, the series will have an entirely new car that is faster, lasts longer, and looks radically different from anything else out here.
The Gen 2 car was revealed earlier this month at the Geneva Motor Show.
The Gen 2 car is a great step for Formula E. It's a major step, and it was a really difficult challenge. And that's from the technology point of view, but if you look at the design point of view, also this car is radically different to whatever anyone else has seen before in racing. We're really happy about that too. I think this is a Formula E, its own identity. When people see this car, they will say, oh, a Formula E car. So that's great. This car is going to be a huge tool for us to captivate the imagination of many, many fans around the world, also to electric cars in general. I think it's very good. I think we're coming up with some really cool ideas now on how the racing format is going to be. Definitely playing with the levels of energy. We will come with details a bit farther down the line, but I think racing is going to be as exciting or more exciting.
I think it's really, really incredible. A good step for Formula E, step into the future. It looks so different and futuristic, but of course it's good for the message that Formula E sends out, that we have developed the battery now to only run one car. Also means you have to be much more careful, because if you practice or anything, if you do a mistake, if you crash it, there's no second car waiting for you. So it's a big challenge for sure. So of course the visibility is going to change for us. We have the halo, we have closed tires, so that's something new to experience. I don't know yet how the seating position will be, how much you will actually see. The handling, hard to judge for the moment, but of course it will be a bit different to what we have now.
And the car isn't the only thing that will be new next season. With Formula E going from strength to strength, more and more manufacturers are joining the series.
We have already quite a lot of interest. Some manufacturers who have already declared their interest for the championship. So that's why we need to make sure to find the best venues, the best drivers and the best cars.
One of the biggest names joining in Season 5 is Japanese motorsport giant Nissan.
Having just launched the second generation Nissan Leaf, over 70 years of EV experience, and this amazing Gen 2 Formula E car, now is the perfect time to join Formula E. One of the things that we want to do with Formula E is really expose more of our fans to Nissan Intelligent Mobility. It's so unique. Think about it. Formula E is the only fully electric, non-polluting, zero emissions racing that happens in city centers. So that for the first time, we can bring the racing to the fans. And by taking this car to the street, we get a lot more learnings, a lot more knowledge that we can take back to the road car development in the future. All of the learning that happens on the track really helps accelerate the process of learning about EVs, about energy management, battery management, and bringing all of that back to road cars where it can be implemented in future EV products.
I can't wait to see 20 of those bad boys racing around the city centre. Speaking of racing, let's hit the track, but on a slightly smaller scale. Let's head to the grid with Formula E commentator Jack Nichols for a special DS Virgin go-kart race.
Getting ready to go, 5 drivers all set to compete. On pole position is Lucy Rillstone, Virgin's partner manager. She's going to be a little bit scared to be on pole position. Second on the grid is Miles Mordaunt. You may recognise him from Series 9 of The Apprentice. He's now Alex Lynn's manager. Let's hope he doesn't get fired. Then behind him, we've got Carolyn Patterson, DS Virgin's PR and communications executive. Fourth, then we've got Alex Lynn, the DS Virgin racing driver, and just behind him, the smallest person of all, Sam Bird, the other DS Virgin racing driver and Formula E race winner. He is going to be starting at the back of the pack as they get ready to tackle this 13-corner course, 8 laps in total, and that is the view down towards Turn 1 in these all-electric karts. The tension begins to rise. 5 seconds to go before the start of the race. Watch for the green flag, and we're away. It's a pretty good start actually from Lucy on pole position. Miles immediately slots into second place, and Sam Bird immediately, violently pushing his way past Alex Lynn, and Bird is up into 4th. Nose to tail for the lead. Rillstone ahead of Mordaunt at the moment. Trying to close down on Sam Bird still. Lynn trying to find the inside line, and he hits Bird, and Bird is sent spinning. And that's Lynn up into 4th place. Patterson still holding on to that 3rd position. Nose to tail, there's the spin, and that allows Alex Lynn through. So that's Lynn past Carolyn Patterson and up into 3rd place. And meanwhile, oh, another spin and another crash. And that was Lucy Ralston going sideways. And that means that Miles Mordaunt is into the lead of the race now. Ralston still in 2nd position, but for how much longer? Because Alex Lynn's coming through, and Alex Lynn is up into 2nd place, and Sam Bird swiftly follows past. We go on board with Bird, and that's Rude, nudging his way past Alex Lynn. So now it's Mordaunt, Bird, and Lynn, all dueling it out. More contact. The 2 DS Virgin teammates need to work together here, and I think that's what Sam Bird's pointing at. Let's go, let's try and attack Miles. Oh, there was a look to the inside. That's Rude from Sam Bird, and he's into the lead. Very rude indeed from the Englishman. And Alex Lynn is looking at that, and he's not going to be impressed with how Bird is treating his manager. Again, stepping out a little bit for Lynn. Lap 7 of 8. There's the move, there's the hit. So Bird leads, Lynn 2nd, Mordaunt down to 3rd. And it's the DS Virgin drivers, probably as you'd expect, who are out in front. There's a lap being put on Lucy Ralston. Sam Bird making his way up the inside. Alex Lynn going to follow through fairly swiftly, not that swiftly. There we go, finally forces his way past. It's Sam Bird out in the lead, and across the line he comes. Sam Bird takes the victory. It's Lynn in 2nd, it's Mordaunt in 3rd, and then Ralston and Patterson completing the top 5.
It was good fun. Nice to race with friends and teammates, and it was a bit of a light-hearted race. I think there was more contact in that than a whole season in Formula E, but great fun.
I think we had a lot of fun with team members and also managers, and yeah, it was a great day out.
Both Panasonic Jaguar Racing drivers Mitch Evans and Season 1 champion Nelson Piquet Jr. took on each other in a surfing challenge with a twist. The twist is the surfboards are completely unique and have been constructed out of recycled Jaguar Land Rover model car materials. Let's see how they got on.
Yeah, well, it's great to be here in Punta. It's my first time here. I think to have a race here is obviously spectacular. You know, the team at Jaguar Land Rover have come up with some great ways to make the company more sustainable.
This waste-to-wave project that JLR has done is really pretty cool.
I'm using the molds of future cars and turn them into surfboards,
which we're going to be using here in Sustainable Sports. So I'm really looking forward to it.
You know, it's a great idea, and I can't wait to try them out.
Okay, hello, I'm Germán. I will be your surfing teacher today. What I'm going to show you is how to stand up in the board, okay? There, great. Paddle, 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 and up.
The challenge was on. Both Piquet and Evans have shown solid rookie moves so far under the watchful eye of surf instructor German Oswerny. Who would perform best on the waves and be victorious in this Panasonic Jaguar Racing surfing challenge?
They do it great, okay, for first time surfing. They just take a few waves and they do it great, okay. For beginners, they are the best beginners students I have, I think.
Mitch is the winner this time. It was probably beginner's luck. I got up on my first go, but it was good fun. The water was warm, but yeah, it was a cool challenge.
It was fun. It was a bit frustrating, but it looks easier than it is when you're out there. So windy, and yesterday was such a big storm over here. The water was actually warm, so I was keen to stay a little bit more, but they dragged us out.
And it's victory for our host Mitch Evans. Let's see if he can perform as well in quali. Although it wasn't quite smooth sailing for some of the other drivers. Nico Prost got up close and personal with the wall on the way out of the chicane. Nick Heidfeld was the next driver to experience problems as he hit the barriers at turn 18. Our host Mitch Evans also had a brief encounter with the wall, but still managed to make it through the Super Pole shootout.
This is where the overall 5 fastest drivers go out again, one by one, to compete for pole position.
Mitch's teammate Nelson Piquet Jr. didn't have the same luck as the chicane took yet another victim. Come Super Pole and track limits were being pushed. Lucas de Grassi went quickest despite clipping the bollard at turns 14 and 15. Mitch Evans and Alex Lynn took the same route, but it was this cutting of the corner and exceeding track limits that meant it was Jean-Eric Verne who was on pole as he managed to avoid the bollard and escape the penalty.
Let's catch up with Jeff now as he talks us through his fastest lap from qualifying.
Alright guys, so we're here in Punta del Este. Obviously we're on the beach, and the track is just behind you. So we're gonna go through my pole lap here in Punta del Este. So we're here in the first straight line, which is not really straight. On the braking zone, that is very difficult because once again you're not straight. Hitting the curve very hard, very close to the wall, and trying to get a very clean exit as fast as possible. Because those corners again are very difficult. It's nearly flat. I did it flat, but kind of difficult. This wall now is very tricky. You have to go as close as possible. The closer you go, the maximum speed you get on the exit. Now we're getting into a tight double left kind of hairpin, braking very late, trying to get the apex. It's very sandy on the outside and you don't want to go there, otherwise you lose everything. Trying to get the clean exit on a very difficult chicane, cutting completely the curb, and I did hit the wall actually on the outside very slightly, but I think I did carry quite a lot of speed. Now the highest speed corner of the circuit, nearly flat out on a very difficult chicane, left, right, where you nearly touch the wall, cut the curbstone, and very hard on the chassis. Now they're getting into the last sector, tough braking, again not straight, taking a lot of curb on the right, and getting into the last corner. Once again, you need a clean exit if you want to have a lot of speed down the straight line. And that was one of my best laps in Formula E, and nearly half a second faster than anyone else during that qualifying. Thank you guys, and wish me good luck for the race. Hopefully it's gonna go well, so fingers crossed.
What a drive from the championship leader. Let's head to the grid to catch up with our host Mitch Evans, who was demoted to 16th for discrepancies with weight distribution, the result of a battery change between practice sessions.
Yeah, it probably went well for us. We managed the Super Pole. It was looking good. The lap was strong, and then in Super Pole we didn't have a great lap, but others had issues as well. So I was in up third overall, but unfortunately since then we've had a technical issue that's disqualified us from qualifying in general. So we're starting out of position where we should be probably up in the top 3. Where I don't even know where I am. I think 16th. So I'm really disappointed. The last few races I've had to recover from issues with this software issue or something like that. So I'm a bit frustrated, but I'm going to try and do something from here. Catch you after the race.
Mitch, radio check from Diesel.
Here come the lights now, all 5 lights are on, and we go green in Uruguay. A very quick start from Verne, a very quick lights change. Who's going to get to the first corner first? Well, Verne has really got the jump, and Alex Lynn is going to try and challenge Lucas de Grassi for second position, not able to do so. Daniel Abt trying to force his way past Turvey, a few crunches further back, some bodywork flies. I think that might have been Nick Heidfeld getting involved. Look at that, up the inside, decisive from Luca Filippi, going past Nelson Piquet in the Jaguar, and that was some good stuff, and Piquet's losing out now to Rosenquist.
Piquet's in trouble, I would say.
Yeah, Rosenquist goes through as well, and he's run wide, and his teammate Mitch Evans now in the other Jaguar is going to try and go through, so Piquet being shuffled back down the order. There go the 2 Jaguars, side by side, over 13th position. Contact of Sam Bird, tries to get past Lotterer. Tough defensive driving.
That was a bit beyond the line from Lotterer. Very robust defending.
B14 at the minute.
Whoa, Lotterer, is he in the wall? He had a big moment.
Cat-like reflexes in the Tachita.
Sebastian Buemi, he's down to 8th now, he's trying to get one back.
Philippe is 1% down on us on energy. Everyone else is similar. We are quicker than him. Let's try to get past as soon as practical.
Yeah, he's holding me up massively. I'm trying.
Here comes Engel. He's now dispatching Andre Lotterer. Lotterer almost slides into the wall.
He's going to lose another one.
Costa up the inside in the Andretti, and that's another place lost for Andre Lotterer. Really starting to struggle. Jose Maria Lopez sets the fastest lap of the race, down in 16th position at the moment. Maro Engel, has Burnley got a problem?
I think he does. The back end of that car is moving around. Rear. Look at the left rear. There's something going on, I think, with the left rear of the car.
Rosenquist has just gone past Da Costa as well for 8th place. Oh, that wheel, that's going to come off.
It's damaged. He's broken one of the tie rods, one of the that hold the wheel in a straight line.
Box this lap, box this lap.
Mitch, however, was on it and was driving through the field with conviction. A quick stop meant he was now up to 7.
Good job, mate. Good job getting ahead.
It's pitting.
Daniel Abt?
Does
What's
Daniel
going
Abt
on?
have trouble? Into the pits comes the German driver, the man who won the race last time out in Mexico City.
I've just passed him.
Copy, copy.
1-5.
Mitch Evans having a go at
as well,
the DS Virgin. He's got to
Evans and
stop, though.
Lopez.
He's got to stop. Mitch Evans going inside in 13.
Oh, what a move from Mitch Evans. That's unbelievable.
You can't pass in 13.
Yes! Well done, mate. Same energy as Liam.
But the real battle was between reigning champion Lucas Di Grassi and current championship leader Jean-Eric Vergne. Could Di Grassi make the pass, or would Vergne hold on for the win?
Connecting with one another on the run down towards turn 1. Vergne covers the inside line. It narrows, it tightens, they nudge again. Super late on the brakes. Can he go for a last corner lunge as he did a couple of laps ago? Jean-Eric Vergne pulls to the outside and is going to hold on as they come through the final corner. Jean-Eric Vergne wins for the second time this season in a thrilling race in Uruguay.
That stunning drive extends Jean-Eric Vergne's lead in the Drivers' Championship to 30 points.
A heroic drive through the field saw our host, Mitch Evans, make up 12 places and score some valuable points. He currently sits in 6th.
Well, that wasn't too bad in the end. You know, it was a huge recovery from 16th to 4th. It was a great race, a lot of overtakes. You know, obviously if we started in our original position, I think we really could have won that. Anyway, it was a great recovery. Hope you guys enjoyed the race, and we'll see you in Rome.
We'll see you in Rome, Mitch. But right now, let's check out what's going on in the world of social media. Pole and race winner Jean-Eric Vergne was also crowned the DHL Driver of the Day. His battle with Lucas Di Grassi will go down as one of the best defensive drives we've seen in the history of the series.
Mitch Evans cheekily asked for a recount before being very gracious and saying Jeb deserved the award as he was fast all day and victorious.
The man himself Instagrammed a pic of him celebrating that victory with what looks like a champagne beach party. What can I say? The man's got style.
And finally, Nissan looked to take the excitement to the next level as they get ready to join the series for Season 5.
That's all we got time for this week, but don't miss the next episode.
We'll be checking out the latest and greatest EVs soon to be on the market.
We'll also be taking a ride in the snow with a very special guest.
I've been a huge Jaguar fan all my life.
And previewing our next race, which will take place on the streets of Rome on April 14th.
See you then, street racers. Don't miss it. Peace out.